about comedy, concerts, and beer. Pilsners, lagers, and IPAs. Liquid courage just to take the stage. Backstage pass, got the feeling right. And everyone's welcome like an open mic. Getting drunk, waiting for the last man to fall. When it's time to take a shot, we yell, cannonball! Jokes got you smiling from ear to ear. Our beverage of choice is beer, man, beer. Kick back and relax while the beer foam settles. Now here's your hosts, Johnny Benson and Keg Kettles.
I'm sipping wine.
It's Beer Man Beer, the podcast streaming in your ear about comedy, concerts, in beer. I'm Johnny Benson.
And I am Keg Kettles.
Keg Kettles is fresh off of his trip to Colorado. How were the Rockies, Keg Kettles?
The Rockies were warm.
Warm, huh? Nice.
But I did drink a Coors Light, and the Rockies were blue.
Nice. Now I hear a rumor that you found the greatest IPA ever in Colorado.
My opinion, yes.
Okay, we're going to try that today. And we have a lot of stuff to try today because we had to bring a panel of experts if we're going to try the best IPA ever.
It's only right.
That's right. So with us today,
she's a transfer.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know her, you love her. We usually know you from Bad Sons,
right.
but you have moved on to other endeavors.
She left us.
She left Bad Sons.
I left for knowledge and
Stop.
science.
Stop it.
And we're
You
going to
left.
learn all about everything you learned.
We're
about.
still hurt.
Right. So of now,
The wounds are still fresh.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
Where's the salt?
formerly of Bad Sons, now of Valor Wines and Apple Theory Cidery.
Thank you.
Give it up for Lauren, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And you brought your lovely wife, Steve.
Oh my God, my other half, my very best
That's
half.
it. Very good.
Stephen
Steve,
Hooker.
man. Stephen
Hello.
Hooker's here.
Yes, sir.
At Beer Loving Hooker.
Yes.
Yes,
On
the number
Instagram.
one hooker. What's happening, Steve? Steve, you're a big fan of Beer Man Beer, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
What's the last episode you listened to?
he doesn't remember.
Maple Sours, because duh.
He paused.
He paused. That's all right.
I
Who
think it
needs
was
an
part of
episode that you
the-
listen to?
The Bach episode.
Oh, all right. That's not too far
Yeah,
away.
he pulled that out of his ass.
Who doesn't love the box?
He was getting support
good.
from the missus over there.
That's all right.
That's all right.
That's what she's there for.
Partnership agreements.
Well, all right, Lauren. What is going on with you? It's been a while. It's been 3 months since we've got to see you weekly.
Yes.
And-
But you've never left my soul.
No, not at
That's-
all. Not
that's
at
a good
all.
one.
You were captain of the mothership for a long time, which we
Thanks.
know as Bad Sons Brewing Company. Did I
Beer
say that
company.
right? Beer Company. I fuck that up all the time.
It's
That's all right.
fine. The beer
Yeah, you know, but
happens there.
you never know when you're going brewing or beer company.
Beer Company.
Technically, the check says Beer Co.
All right.
but,
We'll
you know.
take it. We'll take it. What's going on? Are you okay? Are you doing
Yeah,
well?
it's been wild, right? So like the transition from beer to wine and cider has been an incredibly large, like I've needed an industry lobotomy just in saying I don't work at a brewery, you know, and I work at a winery. That's a whole other world. But it has been, honestly, like my mental health game is great. My availability is great. I'm actually doing a lot more at regular people hours of the day, which is like really nice for somebody who's worked second shift for the last decade.
I know
We've
this
been
is-
trying to help out your replacement over there at Bad Sons.
And listen, Mallory's great.
Yeah, we
She's
love
a good
everybody at
egg.
Bad
We sat her down and we just kind of said, hey, listen,
Here's the ropes.
this is what you got to do. And she was very receptive, and she's very thankful.
I appreciate it. And we talk all the time. Like, Mallory and I do talk. We just talked yesterday. So, like, the door is open. Like, Bad Sons is always going to be family. The beer world grew me, you know? And so that's never going to leave. That's never going to change. And the boys, you know, and the girls at Bad Sons are family forever. That's just how this went. You know, we became wild and weird through the wild and weirdest times of the
Still
pandemic.
not the same.
So, well, I'm sorry about your problem with Bad Sons, but that doesn't sound like my problem anymore.
It surely is your problem.
That's why we drink wine now.
All right, we are drinking wine,
I did. I
which
brought
is-
you guys gifts.
It's rare that we do.
Pinkies up.
Have we ever had wine on the show? We had Weir, which was a wine infused, almost a beer, right?
Yeah, it was almost like a wine
Where's
spritzer.
that from?
Yeah, that was from
South Carolina.
No way.
Weird, yeah.
Kakalaki.
crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I brought some gifts. I brought some wine, some cider. So in the world of fermented things, this is another avenue in which I'm gaining, some skills that I didn't know. I'm learning a whole lot. So this is our Super Tuscan. It's a 2021 Lodi, California Super Tuscan. It's a wonderful, wonderful wine. It's a darker red color. It has higher tannins, a little higher acidity, but it actually...
Yeah, I'm getting a little itchy over here.
Yeah, it has a little more, it's full palate, right? So, like, you get the flavor from the tip to the end of the tongue. So it's a good...
She said it.
Tip.
I'll say it again. From the tip to the end of the tongue. So it's a really great, full-finished red wine. The Super Tuscan is a type of wine that's a blend of Sangiovese grapes, which is from that region. So that's why it's a Super Tuscan. They had to change some of those names in a bad grow season. So it's a blend of those Sangioveses with other grapes. So
Does it wear a cape?
you know what? It is pretty super.
It's very dry. You can taste the wood.
It's that oaky afterbirth.
Hope we
No,
get through
but-
this segment.
It's good. I'm not much of a wine guy, but this is something I could rock with.
Thanks. Yeah, it's young. I think it has a little bit more time that's going to give it a little more depth. But right now, this particular barrel came out really approachable in terms of a deeper red. So if you like lighter reds, we do have those too. But, on top of that, we also have whites, rosés. So there's a nice little combination of wines. And, Apple Theory is right on site as well. They have the cider company. So we'll try those later. But this particular red, I love it. It's easy to drink, but it will sneak up on you. It's like a true red, so it's closer to 14 probably %.
I would pair this with a ribeye steak and a line of blow.
That sounds like a great idea.
The
You
finest
Dinner
Colombian.
of champions.
But you got heart problems, Genevieve. Come
That
on,
sounds
man.
good. I'll have that.
Come on, man. We got to keep you around,
I'll
man.
just keep the wine. I'll pair it with water.
You know the thing too.
Yeah.
This would go good with a nice chunk of dark chocolate.
Yeah. I was thinking like
70% cacao.
cacao. Either dark chocolate or certain types of cheese. So like we found that like we're actually doing a wine and cheese pairing on Wednesday, which I'm excited about. We're doing this with Cattle Corner Farm. But we went up this past Tuesday to try cheeses and like compare them with wines. I didn't know this was a thing. I just thought it was a bougie party that you went to with your friends. You ate cheese and you drank wine. Like I didn't know it was meant to do something, right?
Is that a bougie party?
I mean, it is, I guess. But like I didn't know that when you ate the cheese and drank the wine, it's supposed to taste different if you eat different cheese and drink the wine again. I just thought you were just supposed to stay full.
I, too, was unaware of this.
I didn't know. So certain cheeses will like coat the palate, and then you try the wine, and it makes the wine taste more herbal or more floral or more earthy. So it can change depending on the cheese. It'll depend on what you're doing. So I had no idea. I learned something.
And that's one to grow on.
I guess. I mean, I just didn't know. And I love cheese. Big cheese fan.
Good stuff. Good stuff. What do you say there, Hooker? Are you enjoying this nice dark red?
Yes, I am. Yeah, no, it's dark. It's not sweet. I'm not a sweet fan, so
Are you more of a wine guy or a beer guy?
I'm a beer guy.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
There
Through
you
and
go.
through.
Welcome.
I know.
Welcome home.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of beer.
He's here because he came to drink beer with you guys. I just
I know.
happen to have wine.
You cock blocked him with a glass of wine.
Sorry
right.
about
No,
that.
no,
That's
no.
temporary. It's temporary.
What are some of the differences of working with beer than working with wine and cider?
So it's funny. My boss Ray and I were talking about some of this yesterday, and like one of the things I think that are misnomers, right? So when it comes to a brewery and a brewer, if they want to make a change, like say they want to scale up and they want to go to distro, right? They buy new equipment, they brew more beer, and they have more beer in like 4 to 6 weeks, right? Hypothetically. Depending on your equipment, you can brew a full IPA in 21 days. Have it released and ready to go. But with wine, they're seasonal. The grapes are seasonal. You have a spring harvest season for the southern hemisphere, and you have a fall harvest season for a northern hemisphere. So if you want to scale up and you want to do more distro, you got to wait till a whole year happens, because we're not going to be able to make a decision on what we want to do with distro till we know how the grapes are from this particular harvest. And then we would have to scale up for 2024, Do you know what I mean? So it's not something you can change in months. It's something that takes more time to change to next level, to level up. And, you know, the more wine ages, the more it brings more flavor. So you need time. It's not as convenient as just buying more equipment and doing more shit, and that's that.
All right, so let's talk about the grapes.
Yeah.
How do you know a good grape from a bad grape?
So my boss has said, depending on regions of locations, he's been in the industry a long time alongside his grandfather, who, you know, has really helped him figure out how to harvest and pull from different areas of the world. So we just got a bunch of Chilean grapes and South African grapes, because those grow seasons in certain parts of those regions were badass this year. But he said, he's like, if they're shitty, I'm not going to buy them, because I know that it's not going to get me what I want 2 years down the line. So it's not worth spending the money. But that becomes experience. You know, he's gone down there before years and years ago and like figured it out, talked to people on those farms, which is pretty rad. Like, that's kind of cool shit. So, you know, if the grapes are good, it's part of knowing the community and the world that you're working in with them.
You know what we got to do?
What's that?
We got to do a little Lucille Ball.
Lucille
Oh my God,
Ball?
we can. We have the ability.
Right, with their
We
feet?
we got to jump in one of those big vats and just squash the grapes.
We do have them, but that's not how it's done.
Come on.
I mean,
Come on, humor us.
I will humor
would,
you.
That would be freaking great.
I will allow it. I can do it.
And
I'm down. I'm down.
La 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 la.
Yeah. Only if you wear full-on dresses and little maid outfits.
Yeah, rumor has it I've cooked with my feet before, but that's a rumor.
But that's just a rumor.
It's not the most sanitary, but we'll get after
Oh,
it.
you gotta clean your feet first.
That's what they say.
But again, it's just rumor.
Helps if you shave
Yes.
them too.
I mean, you got to do some squashing of the grapes, man.
I'm in. I'm
It would
in.
be fun.
I'm down for a
We
grape
have the
squash.
space. Yeah, we like, depending on the type of area and depending on where you are, you can either get grapes, or you can get juice, right? So you could just buy it already squished, and then they
You
send
like
you
the juice, huh?
I
Hooker,
like
would
it
you
as juice.
would you just like Jimmy Snuka to jump off the top rope and land right into the big thing of grapes?
I think more of a cannonball
Can-
instead,
oh,
instead of that.
cannonball!
What did you say?
Oh, he said cannonball. What do we got?
Oh, we don't. I mean,
It was like
we're
10
unprepared.
minutes in.
listen, I think
I mean, it's
I
early.
do have some cannonball.
All right.
I just have to get it.
All right, we can do that. Should we
Yeah, let's do a break.
a little break and we'll drink a little. We'll finish
He
our
said
glasses.
it. It's like Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse.
We will have a little bit of. We're gonna have some. We're gonna drink more wine coming up, or are we drinking some beer? What are we doing?
I think we should go to beer.
Want some beer?
Let's hit Colorado. We can come back. I'm
Dude,
here
I
all
want
day.
some beer, man.
Yeah, let's have
Yeah.
some beer, man. If you have the best IPA ever,
Listen,
I'm
I gotta
skeptic.
try the best
it's
IPA ever.
just my opinion.
I don't know.
well,
New
I
England-
value your opinion.
Because listen,
Right.
it was nothing of New England stature.
Oh, all right.
well, the air's different there.
All right, so we're going to try the greatest IPA of all time, according to Keg Kettles, when we come back. Beer, man, beer.
Ugh. Excuse me. Support for the Beer Man Beer podcast is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 8 million men worldwide who trust a Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code BeerManBeer at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 16 million balls. Oh, a little mango, huh?
Oh, yeah. Spearman Beer, Keg Kettles is cracking a brew.
That sounded great. See if it stands the test.
Uh-oh. Oh, Keg almost spilled.
No, I spilled.
Oh,
What'd you get for yelling at me?
It hit my very smooth balls.
Oh, yeah. You must have been using your Manscaped product.
I surely was.
Excellent.
It's important to exfoliate.
You know what? There's something about that. I
is
did get
true.
the Manscaped exfoliator. Mm-hmm. It's shit solid, yeah.
Game changer, huh?
Absolutely.
Tell me all about the Accelerator.
I just
Did I say
did.
it wrong?
I just
Did I
did.
said it wrong?
Can I get a glass, please?
Yes.
It's called exfoliator.
Exfoliator.
Extractor. Right, John? Is that what you said?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the ladies use the exfoliation on the skin, on the face. It's just as sensitive as any other location.
That's it. We all got soft balls here.
Thank you,
Beer, man,
Manscaped.
beer. Hey, John, let me see your glass.
Sure, I love that.
Vintage April Sours, Belgian glass.
Very fancy.
Nostalgia.
All right, Keg Kettles says this is #1 IPA of all time.
I personally think.
I believe it.
I want to talk
the
about it.
best
So,
one.
so I have questions. Like, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt on it because I have immediate questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
Before we do this, I want to know from you, before we do this, and disregarding this particular beer, what is it you're looking for from the, quote, best IPA you've ever had prior to this beer? What were you hoping for? What did you want? Body, smell?
Balance.
In terms of what?
Where you have the hop bite, but you have that flavor that kind of complements that hop bite. You have grapefruit that comes through. You got a little bit of tangerine that comes through, and it's not a hazy.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not
seeing
your typical run-of-the-mill, this location,
that. Right.
hazy IPA. This is a very clear, clean, crisp IPA. And when I went up to the bar, like we always normally do, dealer's choice. And the dude's like, what do you like? And I'm like, well, I don't know, IPAs. And he goes, oh, I got one for you. And he comes back, he goes, send it. So I was like, all right. So the guy that was sitting at the bar, he goes, oh, it's good. And I'm like, really? He's like, oh, it's good.
Just like a customer, like a neighbor.
Yeah.
To the question. Like,
Yeah, he
overhearing
just
you? That's
looked at
great.
me, he goes, that's good.
He stands by his beer, man.
So
It's a good regular there doing the thing.
exactly,
For
this
you.
place was packed. I mean,
great.
there was an
What's it called?
event going on.
What's the place?
So this is from 105 West
Okay.
in Castle Rock, Colorado. And this comes in at a hefty, I believe, 7.5.
Wow.
Where is it? I don't know. But I believe it's like 7.5.
It's just nice
And-
to see an IPA that looks like, I'm sorry,
An
we're,
IPA.
we're,
A proper, clean West
It
Coast.
looks like a beer.
we're elderly enough to know what an IPA was before things were hazy. All of us, like
And see, that's the thing.
the Sierra Nevada days, like the older times of cleaner IPAs, which weren't for everybody. They weren't. So I think it's so interesting that New England became the hazy capital, but New England wasn't always the hazy capital. Like Magic Hat did weird stuff, and IPAs didn't taste like what they taste like now to what everybody knows or thinks they do.
And I'll tell you this. Everywhere I went, there was very heavy, hazy IPAs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, it's like I'm back at home. I want to try something really good. And I'll tell you this, the water out there, yeah, I think there is some magic when it comes to the water profile out
Colorado
there.
Rock. Now, I want you to do, Lauren,
Yeah.
when you take a sip of this, can you describe the beer in your best Delilah radio voice?
Oh my God, yes! I've been waiting all day for somebody to ask me that. I'm a little gravelly. I'm getting over being sick. So my timber's all the way down.
All right, I'm going in for a sip.
All right, let's do this.
Everybody's going in for a sip.
Cheers, everybody!
Cheers. Okay.
Cheers.
Cheers.
First home studio for us.
Solid beer.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for coming. You've been on the show a lot. I've never been in
I
the
know.
studio.
I'm ready to get a blankie.
So really, how many times have you been on?
This is my third time. This is
Third
my hat
time.
trick right now.
Wow.
It smells amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Grapefruit forward for sure. Do you
So-
know? But I didn't sip it yet. Did they do like actual grapefruit, like puree? Like what did they do? Did you ask? I'm curious.
I didn't ask. I just like the beer.
Dude, there's so much.
I mean, I
off the
could have.
nose.
Very good. That's
I'll tell you this, and this is a shout out to Kat, the taproom manager. So we have an ex-taproom manager, and a shout out to Kat, the taproom manager at 105 West. Great people. When I approached to cash out, and I told her, I was part of the podcast, this and that, and they were so happy that I was going to go back and actually do a review on their beer. So she was kicking me stickers and all kinds of stuff like that, which I was very grateful for. Out of all the places we went, they were the most receptive to what I was talking about. But also Wild Blue Yonder, we're going to talk about Wild Blue Yonder coming up later. Another great brewery in Castle Rock.
So, Kat, this one's for you. It tastes amazing, start to finish. It's up front and forward on grapefruit flavor. Delightful sweet, or at least the perception of sweetness throughout. Soft. A lot of easy, soft barley flavor. And it finishes clean, which is not something those of us from New England are used to.
I think my shorts just got a little tighter.
Dude, I love this idea.
Dude, it's delicious.
That is very good.
I fucking love this shit, man.
I expected the finish to like bite me in the ass harder than this did. It's very relaxed finish for something that has like flavor that's so. I don't love grapefruit, but this is delicious.
I don't like grapefruit.
Yeah.
And that was my point.
I don't love grapefruit.
This just it goes in really nice. You get the grapefruit. You get that grapefruit kind of peel to it. But then it kind of little shifts
piffy.
into a little bit of juice. You know, you got a little bit of juice in there. But it finishes really clean.
I'll eat a grapefruit like it's a fucking apple. Are you
For
kidding
real?
me? I'll peel it and go,
With or without sugar.
nothing. No sugar.
Nothing.
No sugar. I just
You're one of
straight
those
up.
like gym grapefruit eaters in the morning.
Yeah, no, man.
Yeah.
But I would have loved to have stayed there, just there, and drank that all night
All
to my
weekend,
face.
that's it.
But
And
I
it's
had to go
7
on
a
and check
half.
out.
Wow.
Yeah. Gotta explore.
Yeah, but like, dude, all we have around here is pilsners that drink like this, or like wheat beers that are light that drink like this, and they're not 7.5%. I would be messed up if this was the beer I drank all night at 7.5%.
Yeah, because you can easily drink it. It's
right.
It's refreshing. It's not blowing out your palate. I was expecting like grapefruit sculpin kind of vibes when I saw it was a grapefruit IPA.
I freaking love this stuff. That is my stamp of approval.
I would, if I could compare this to any beer we've ever had on the show, not exact flavor, but like just the feel and the refreshingness, would be Black Helmet's Blood Orange that he made.
Oh, that's right.
That was
I forgot about that.
so good.
But this, to me, I came back with a
I can't believe
six-pack.
it's an IPA.
Yeah,
I came back with a six-pack, and I was like, I want to drink more of it.
Can I ask, do you know, or did you ask them what they hopped it with? Like, what's the details? Can you give me the skinny? Because I want to know more information. Like, the nerd in me about beer has so many questions. How they did this right. Because grapefruit is not a fruit that plays well in most beers. And it certainly isn't one that... If grapefruit tasted like this here, people would drink fucking grapefruit beers. But they don't. They don't drink them because they don't make them taste like this at home.
No.
I mean, it's so
No,
nice
it
and
tastes
clear.
like grapefruit sculpin, which is like very pithy and very
Right, like
bitter.
chewing a
Yeah.
rind.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like who eats rind? I say that all the time with watermelon beers. I don't want to drink a beer that tastes like rind.
No, we had some though.
But I hate rind beer. I want watermelon beer, not rind
Yeah,
beer.
you want the meat, not the.
Yeah, no one's eating the rind, but this tastes like grapefruit juice in a way that's
this is so good.
delicious.
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
but
you
when
were
it
not
doesn't taste like watermelon rind, it tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
We got to find a way
Yeah,
of
like the
getting more.
sweet.
Of this?
It's
Yeah,
sweet.
this is awesome.
It's sweet grape, and usually grapefruit is very like sour, tart. Like it's what you use in what I would expect like a goza. 'cause
But I
it's
mean,
so
you
citrusy.
get the upfront, you get the grapefruit.
It smells
But
amazing.
then, I don't know, to me, you start to get like a tangerine, a more sweeter
It's
kinda,
not bitter or sour at all.
profile that
Not
comes
at
through.
all.
Not at all.
But when I had it, and I went back to the guy who said it tastes really good, I said, "Hey, man, thanks. It does.
Oh man.
This was good."
It does have like that mid palate, like orange kind of, yeah, like clementine, nectarine kind of
Okay.
thing going on. You know what I mean?
But I like it.
Like the soccer mom clementine chew. I'm getting that right in the middle. It's delicious. Thank you. It's 150? 105?
105 West.
105 West.
So again, shout out to Kat
I guess we got
and the
Cat,
crew.
yes.
Kat and the
Thank you,
crew.
Kat. Thank you, the crew. I'll have to come and visit you very soon.
In Castle Rock.
We'll have to bring the whole
Way to
crew.
go, Home Slice. I've always wanted Colorado's on my list of like beer vacations.
Oh, that's good. What else? You want to tell us about Colorado? I know you were you checked out a Mets game.
Yeah, we checked out a Mets game over at Coors Field,
Mile
and
High
of course, the Mets lost.
Well, you know,
I could've
Yeah,
told
but you know what? They never disappoint. You
No,
know when
you
you
know
go
what's
see
gonna
a game, you're teetering on they're going to lose, and if they win, it's a big surprise. they lost.
Yeah, it's not like pro wrestling when they set you up to make the
But, like-
audience go home happy.
Yes, but I could hear my dad in the back of my head being like, "Well, everything's different in my life stadium. The air's different and the water's different, so they can't play the same. Like it's not Flushing.
Yeah, yeah.
There's an excuse for everything if they're
Blame
not
it on
at
the
home.
good beer.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I did have a Coors and a Coors Light, and they were both delicious.
Is Coors better in Colorado? Jay.
I don't think you never had one here, right?
I was like,
hold
how
on.
do you compare that?
I've had Coors Light here.
Yeah.
I think if we compare
Yeah.
Coors Light and the other gay beer, I think
The other
Coors
gay
Light,
beer.
huh?
The other gay beer. It's like pork.
The other white meat. So
I don't know any gay beers. You know any gay beers?
so anyway,
Oh, well.
Oh, that one? Oh, okay.
that one.
Bless you.
So I
Your phone,
think
John.
Coors Light was always, if I'm going to go for a light beer, it's going to be Coors Light. But it was tasty, and the Rocky Mountains were blue.
Yes, very good.
And then I had a Coors, and that was good too. But then, when you bought them, you had to put it onto like this platform. And the guy who was at the cash register, he goes, "Can I open that beer for you?"
What?
And I'm like, "What?" He goes,
What do you mean?
he goes,
Touch my shit.
"Well, I have to ask permission because we can't have that can not opened when you leave. It has to be opened before you leave this area."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And I'm-
normal. But nobody's ever asked. We just open it and hand it to
just
you in New
open
England.
And I'm like, "Sure, if you want to open it, go for it." So then he takes a napkin and he cracks it open.
Was it a good sounding crack?
It was. It was very, very high pressured crack. And
Just
then,
like the commercial.
and then we walk away and we're good.
Was it like COVID-y? Or are they just like really nice in Colorado? We're like, here's your beer. Get the hell out of here.
Can I tell you? You bring up a very good point. The people in Colorado were the most pleasant people I've ever come across.
Oh, you needed that.
It's because weed is legal.
No, I don't even believe that. I just think people that are not on the East Coast are just better people.
You're not wrong.
All right.
We along the East Coast, especially in New England or even in the tri-state area, really bad, really douchey.
We're so
they don't use
impatient.
I'll tell you this: no matter where we went, everybody uses Signal. And they stopped at stop signs.
What?
Full
Get
stops?
outta
Going to
here.
3?
They obey traffic laws?
Absolutely. And then if someone is trying to get into your lane and you let them in, they wave back.
Shut the hell up.
What is going on there?
Listen.
So East Coast, you people need to freaking step up.
Well, we've been so like disheartened by being in the middle of like metro areas that like we just don't care. Everybody's so
Colorado
impatient.
was a breath of fresh air.
Yo,
Literally.
Even the burps taste good with this beer. Oh, they're amazing.
The afterthought was great.
If you get those same
That was a good burp.
nice people when you get up to Portland. And
In Maine.
Maine.
People
Maine
were
people were
also
so
nice.
nice
Portland
when we were
people
there.
were nice.
Portland
That's as
people
far
were
as we
really
know.
nice.
New Hampshire people too.
Yeah.
So it's got to be this area.
Our
I think
Uber
it's
driver was really nice
Jersey,
and
Jersey
kind.
through Boston is just assholes.
Questionable.
Massholes.
Yeah, we went to Portland. We made best friends with an Uber driver. We got in the car. He's like, "Hey, you guys, did you have a great time today?" I was like, "Why does this feel like an episode of something? Like, I feel like I'm at the end of a show." I was like, "Yeah, we had a great time." He's like, "Well, listen, if you need anything, let me know." I was like, "You're my driver. I just need to get home now. I don't know."
What was that show on TV? It was
Taxi Cab Confessions.
no,
I love that show. That's a great show.
not that show. Oh, Cash Cab. That's
Cash
what it was.
Cab.
Oh, cash
That guy,
cab.
listen.
Yeah,
Ben
no-
Bailey.
nothing dirty.
I waited
Nothing
my
dirty.
whole life to find the cash cab.
You know what we forgot about?
Cash
I
Cab or
think-
Cash Cow?
Cash cab.
Oh, Cash Cab.
Didn't someone yell cannibal earlier?
Oh,
I-
yes,
that's all
yes,
your
yes.
fault.
I might have
yes.
misstepped on that.
Hold on,
yes.
hold on. Here we are.
I don't think you messed up. I think you sublimated it into your brain, and so it is now manifested.
What? Hold on.
Wait, you're getting
Hold on.
you're
We're
all
not
Star
that
Trek
smart
eyes.
around here.
Yeah, yeah.
Breaking out the Jeopardy words.
What did you just say?
Sublimated.
That's deep.
Can you
Can you
can you give us a definition?
I will compare it to the word manifest.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Probably
Stephen,
country of origin?
All right, now we're gonna get funky.
what do you?
Oh,
Oh,
That was pretty.
it
what do
looks
you
like we're about
have?
to have pancakes. What's going on?
This is Metcalf's
It does look like a
Vermont
pancake
Maple
bun.
Liqueur out of Hogbag, Vermont.
Whose bag?
who's back?
Oh, it's in Hogbag.
Hog?
bag.
Hog like a pig?
Yeah, Hogbag.
Hog bag?
So it's in Marlboro, Vermont. It's up Route 9.
I think
Maybe
it's a
they should
hilarious
use the
name.
Manscaped
It's up on
exfoliator.
Hogbag.
I'll tell you what to do with the hog bag.
No, back.
Oh, back. That's less funny. I was trying to make a reference.
Listen, Hogbag.
I'm going to use that in a sentence.
Oh,
We got our
here we
shot
go.
glasses.
Shot glasses.
Hog bag.
Nice little. They're pink hot shot glasses.
Well, you guys did go to the Pink Boots fest, so I think it.
did.
See,
It aligns
you were
in.
waiting to freaking fire me up.
We
I
did
did.
go to the Pink Boots
I
Festival.
literally associated pink to something in my brain.
Well, we got these when we went to Crazy Brew Bash.
Crazy Brew Bash.
No, that's a time to be alive. That show. That's a show.
Have you been to the Crazy Brew Bash?
I have.
Yeah.
I've
Were you there
poured.
when we?
We're doing it again, third
I-
year.
No, so the last time I was at Crazy Brew Bash, I worked for the brewery that shall not be named. And I
Oh, shall that be named?
yeah, I poured there, and it was a scene. Like I've gone there as a human, as a regular patron, and I've gone there as a porter.
I'll
And
watch that.
it's always a time. It's very crazy, literally, as it says, but that's one of my favorite fests because it seems, whether you like it or not, if you're in the industry, Crazy Brew Bash is like a family reunion.
A lot of people.
Well, and it's a lot of
a lot of
breweries. We all see everybody at that fest, all of us from all over the state. So everybody knows that fest.
Well, we stayed pretty busy during that fest.
Yeah, we never really fully taken on Crazy Brew Bash.
No, because we're recording the whole time. So.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we do when we take
Giving
a break.
away
We may walk around.
Well, I have a lot of free time now, so I'll be your beer mule for one of those.
Oh yes.
Listen, I'm recruited. I'm in.
All right. All right.
Excellent.
I will be your +1 forever.
Okay.
I love it. All right, Cannonball
All right,
time.
So Cannonball.
How we going?
Your fall, hooker.
That's it. Hooker called Cannonball, so we're gonna do it.
Thanks, Hogbag.
That's smooth. That tastes like a shot of maple butter.
That's a liqueur.
Yeah.
Wow, that was like
Wow.
oh
That would be something to throw into like the espresso martini.
wow.
Yeah.
That was
Holy
good
shit.
stuff on the show today, huh?
Where were you staying generally?
Castle Rock.
You were in Castle Rock.
So
All right.
Castle Rock.
So this
I
was
mean,
like your home brewery if you were to like be there.
correct. So you had a bunch in Castle Rock, and we hit quite a few in Castle Rock. And we went into Great Divide as well. Great Divide, and I've had Great Divide out here.
Yeah.
They got the Yeti and all that fun stuff. It's okay. And again, I had, a New England IPA, and I'm like, they don't call it New England so much, but they call it a hazy, and I'm like, it's a New England IPA.
How is their New England stand against New England's?
Same.
Truly.
Yeah.
But
There-
that's still
there
hard
was-
to nail. And
there-
the further you go out west, it gets weirder. Texas has not figured out a
You
freaking
got your
New England
Galaxy.
IPA.
It's all the same.
What do you feel is the difference between the breweries here and there? Is there anything like is
The people are a lot nicer.
I mean, yeah. People are kind. But IPA versus hazy IPA, is your tap list more diverse in Colorado? Do you get like the weird freaking beers that people
listen.
don't make here because
They're-
they don't sell because
the-
it's bougie?
I mean, we went to Iron Mule, and they
so
had
many questions.
They,
I'm
they had a
excited.
huge tap list. We went into Rock Yard. Rock Yard was really good. And I was trying to get flights and all the different ones. And by the time we got to Wild Blue Yonder, I was pretty.
you got to a point where you couldn't drink any more beer? Right?
He was in the Wild Blue Yonder,
I was-
literally.
But I did talk to the brewer, cool cat, and I wish I got his name, but I was drinking. Anyway,
Shout out to you, my friend. You made an impression.
But really good beer.
A lot of Beer Man beer stickers out there in Colorado.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Dude,
plaster it.
I painted the town, man. I plastered the town with all kinds of good stickers.
Lauren, you got more stuff for us to try, right?
I do. I brought some stuff from Apple Theory from the Cidery, so
We're going to try something.
that'll switch the palate up a little.
We'll try a little bit of that in honor of someone's birthday today.
Today?
It is Mr. John Spignessy's birthday today. So happy birthday to John
Happy
Spignessi.
birthday.
Today's the 4th?
John.
It is the 4th. Look at that.
And
June the 4th be with you.
in honor of people in Connecticut not being as nice as people in Colorado, come on, guys. Just be fair.
Don't
Be fair.
play that song.
Be fair.
Oh,
Hold
come
the
on,
door
man.
open. Say thank you.
We'll be back with more Beer Man Beer.
Suck.
I won't stand with no man who won't look another in the eye and say I accept you for who you are. And I won't bleed with the fools who think the problems don't exist. Man, how could you believe all their lies? The color of your skin should not be the reason.
Yo, Keg, what it is?
Johnny, man, the Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh, man, it's a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold all your goodies.
Oh, man, yeah. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents, thanks to the advanced skin-safe technology.
Did you ever get your balls nicked?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I've always been scared about... I've let it grow until I received my 4.0 trimmer. But now, I'm smooth as can be.
Full of ladies.
That's it. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and also has a 4000K LED spotlight that you need for a more precise shave. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0. The Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. Bring your comfort in boxers to another level.
Boxers or briefs?
Both.
Both.
Depends on the mood.
Yeah, you're right.
Might depend on the lady, too.
Oh, yeah. This one goes out to the ladies. So it's time to take care of yourself and go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with our promo code BeerManBeer.
Even beer cans are celebrating transgenderism. Bud Light has just released a commemorative can. His name is Dylan Mulvaney.
Fuck Bud Light! Fuck Bud Light!
Oh, yeah.
Fuck Bud Light!
We're fired up here.
It's a, like emo, big like metal emo punk. Let's go.
Who's this, Cometa?
No, not Cometa.
It could be. It could be.
No, that's not Cometa. No.
That's crazy. Whoa.
Lauren, what are we drinking?
Oh my god.
What'd you put in this?
I don't know how to like come out of that intro. Okay, so
Who spooges my cup?
Why is there floaties in my cup?
okay, so let me explain what we're drinking. So I brought this from the Apple Theory Cidery side of what we do. So aside from Valor,
Say that 5 times fast.
Apple Theory Cidery.
No, one's
One
enough.
time's
One's
okay.
enough. One's
That's
enough.
only one time.
So Apple Theory Cidery is the apple cider, hard cider version of what we do. So aside from fermented grapes, we ferment apples as well. So a lot of our fermented apples come from a farm that's local. It's actually in Glastonbury, which is where we got the base for most of this. So this particular cider is about 6.5%. It's a sweet cider. It's called cider a la mode.
So would the base be equivalent to like a wort?
It's juice. So it's hard to say because that's the one weird that's different for beer is you take grains which are not liquid and you stir them up.
That would be true.
Right. But think about it, right?
That would be more of a solid.
Correct. So if you mix up that salad, you shake it all up and you extract that cloudy water from it, you get the wort after it boils in some of that goodness. Cider wines, they'll start with juice. So if you're not crushing the apples yourself to get the juice, you can actually just buy juice of that apple if it's already been juiced by where you're getting it from. So this one, we crushed ourselves and extracted the juice from those apples and made the base. So this particular base is a blend of heirloom apples from South Glastonbury, Connecticut. And in terms of this particular cider, it's blended with what we call oat. It's an oat milk blend. It's called the Oat of Control series. So we take the cider, we use oat milk to bring up some of those like milkshake IPA characteristics.
I'm going in.
So like smoothie IPAs, milkshake IPAs, right? That world of things happen for us.
Oat milk?
Oat milk. And it's only because it keeps the people who actually come to cider and wine because they have allergens or whatever out of that mix.
That's where I was going.
Right. So it has nothing to do with preference, but like my own kids are dairy free. They can't.
How about almond milk?
You can do almond milk. You just have to disclose it.
All right,
But-
get to it, woman,
Okay.
because we want to
know.
fucking drink this shit.
So the science is that oat milk plays better in this scenario than like coconut milk or almond milk. So it's gonna be cinnamon, the oat milk, vanilla. It's gonna taste like apple pie with vanilla ice cream, and that's what you're gonna get on the sips and the taste.
An a la mode, if you will.
Indeed.
Indeed, a cider a la mode.
Pinkies up.
All right. Let's go on for a taste. Let's see what everybody thinks.
Ching ching, fam.
Oh,
All right, Jinx.
we got
Shallow.
we got tap it. There we go.
Get in there, Hooker, and let's see.
I know he loves this.
Oh, Hooker. Oh, he throated it, man.
Oh yeah.
Good
Swish
stuff,
it
Hooker.
around.
Yep.
Settle it in.
He throated it, man. What do you say?
He sent it, right? That was the last beer's name. That was delicious.
Let's get some review here from Hooker.
Goodness.
What do you say, Hooker?
That tastes like Thanksgiving dessert.
Thanksgiving dessert.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely got the nice pie, the pie crust, a little bit of a la mode with
Yeah.
the cinnamon.
Ooh, how
Cinnamon,
about that?
nutmeg, oat milk. Like I
Yeah.
said, he does all kinds of different versions of this oat milk series. There's a key lime pie one that we had right before this that was amazing, and he's done peaches and cream. So we're constantly trying to find something to be able to blend into this. I think we're gonna do orange creamsicle next in terms of a cider,
You sold me on that.
or like strawberries and cream. Those are the two that we have on the docket for the summer.
Wow, that's great. Now, this
So.
to me, I think, would be amazing in the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just happen to be in a situation where we're like, you know what, like let's just send it. Like we have to get this done and get this on tap, and it is. It is like a Thanksgiving dessert.
Yeah. Have that ready in bottles for Thanksgiving. That's
for
perfect.
sure, for sure. We want to do the orange one. Is what I want to do next. Because all I think about is like that orange drippy popsicle you get from the ice cream man kind of orange cream. So that's the inevitable goal in what we're trying to make. But the fact that it's a cider, like this is one of the weirder ciders that we do. And you'll see kind of on your glasses, there's like that film. That's the oat milk. That's all that is.
And I'll say this about creamsicle. Okay, I had a beer from Station 26 Brewing Company out of Colorado. It was called Tangerine Cream. And it was absolutely like you were drinking a creamsicle.
What kind of beer was it? Do you know?
Hold, please.
Well, no, I'm just curious because everybody tries to mimic that orange cream thing. Even at Bad Sons, we did the golden ticket. That's the new orange goza creamsicle. Oh wow!
I don't know what it was.
Well, we knew someone
But it
who
was
nailed it.
Tangerine
it was
vanilla bean.
freaking delicious.
It sounds delicious.
We knew who did. Our good friends, Forrest King. They made a really good creamsicle.
yeah.
Oh, that was crazy
Jeff
too.
and
Yeah,
Jody.
you're right.
Let's go. They do again. They're another one of those people that innovate on the weird stuff because you can do it on the smaller scale a little easier than you can on the big one. So
It is something about homebrewers.
yeah, oh yeah.
They really go, balls out.
5 gallons is a lot easier to work with and throw out if it sucks than 50
Yeah,
gallons.
that's mine.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I mean, we have a lot of room to run here. This is one of like our our odd sweet ciders, but we also have so many other different avenues of cider. Like Ray also does dry ciders, things that are specific to one specific apple. Like you could go, oh, this is a Baldwin apple cider, just made of just Baldwin apples.
Like Alec Baldwin?
Like Alec Baldwin.
Oh, man.
He shot him.
It's true.
That's it. He pulled the trigger.
He said he didn't.
No, he did.
He did.
He's a left-wing lunatic.
Han shot first.
He went all the way. He pulled that trigger. He was set up.
The man
but you know what?
That man's demented.
I do think he was set up. I think
Good.
he was put in a scenario that sucks, and unfortunately, he's the famous man who took the fall in that
He
scenario.
was set up because he cut corners and cut costs.
Ugh.
And if you keep an eye on his videos that he puts on the internet, he's got a few marbles left.
He's not as crazy as the other marbled Baldwins. They've already lost theirs.
Could be true.
I'm saying.
Well, there's Steven. He's all right.
Yeah, they're all little Baldwin crazy. There's something in the bloodline.
Well, I think it's Hollywood.
That is true too. That's not the bloodline. That's the
But it
nose.
couldn't happen to a better man.
Oh,
Truth. But so I didn't know, and I know again, the world of changing from beer to the other stuff that I'm doing with the fermented fruits. I didn't know what.
What'd you call us?
Fermented fruits. Okay. So I will say I did not know that like you could pull a taste from a specific apple. I know you can, like Honeycrisp is an apple, Red Delicious is an apple, but like there's
Granny Smith.
Right, there's so many
That's an
different
apple.
apples that you can work with to create a flavor for, and I have no idea what those apples taste like individually. So he's trying to showcase some of that in what he's doing, and then some of this cool, weird science experimenty stuff, which is delicious too. So
That's good stuff. I'm enjoying this cider.
Cannonball.
No
oh
Cannibal?
my god, you
Yeah, we
said
got
it!
to. We got to.
Yeah, Cannibal.
And there was really no reason to say it.
It's
But I wanted
probably
to
going to
say it.
taste delicious now that we've had apple with maple. Are
Oh,
you
which is it?
kidding me?
I just wanted to say
Cannibal
it.
probably would have gone really good with it.
Right?
Yeah.
You could have splashed that
Listen,
right in the cider.
we can pair a cannonball with what's next?
Well, I just poured everything into those cups from the cider a la mode, but I have the pineapple wine fusion coming up,
Oh, that
and it
sounds
is
amazing.
also going to be delicious.
Let's have a cannonball first.
All right, cannonball.
Dude, that maple with
Where-
the
where'd all the-
cider?
Is that yours?
Me.
All right, this is mine, I guess. All right.
I'm in line. Lisa, I have some.
I'm gonna go a short cannonball.
Sure, yeah, why not? Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all trying to be responsible, right?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Sure.
And I'm not really sure how much more I have left of this. So
While you fill those pink cups, let's shout out to everybody who came out to the beautiful badass
Badass
Brew
Fest.
Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Listen.
good time. Keg Kettles and I represented. We were there to see the ladies of beer.
but where was everybody else?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
where was
Some
Just
little
Beer
stuff.
Me? Where was Tom M?
Oh, the hardcore.
Where were
influencers?
the hardcore influencers of Connecticut?
Yeah.
You know, let's go with the whole Me Too thing. How much of a blow up that was in Connecticut, and yet here we have this badass Girls of Brewing. Where were all the influencers? Where were all the people that should have been there?
Well, there were some badass girls there, definitely. Mel was there from Great Falls.
Christina from Little House.
Awesome,
My girl.
and her recipes are great.
Yep.
Yep.
Some very good beers.
I don't know that it's fully their fault, and I'm going to back up, and I want to come back to this because I have to say, at April Sours this year, I had talked with Abby, who I hadn't really met or had a good conversation with until that event.
Who's Abby?
Abby is one of the amazing girls of the Pink Boots world. She's worked in this industry for a long time. She also she works in she works for DOD. She's actually like I think she does helicopter repair. I think she works at Sikorsky. She's like, or Lockheed. She's a badass.
That's badass.
So
yeah.
she is. So, but like I didn't know her very well, and Christina had been advocating for me to join Pink Boots, and I haven't been a Pink Boots member specifically ever, and it's mostly because first of all, I'm a mom. I have very expensive children with very expensive things, and I wasn't going to be able to pay for my membership for Pink Boots.
How much is a membership?
It's not wildly expensive. I think it's $45 for the year.
That's not bad.
But when it came down to it, it wasn't an expense I had. Like, I work tight. I work in this industry. We're not making an exorbitant salary. Like, if I'm not going to get reimbursed for that expense to me, that's a harder thing for me to want to do. Not because I'll support you all in.
Let's take this shot. And we'll talk about what are some of the beers that you enjoyed the most yesterday at the festival, Keg Kettles.
Let me start with
choking on that cannonball.
hold please. Great Falls Hellas.
Yeah,
that was a solid beer. And Mel,
yep.
You know her recipes. They're solid recipes.
That wasn't your thing, but I liked the raspberry cheesecake gimmick that she had there.
I don't like raspberry.
I know you don't like raspberry. The only one would give Keg Kettles the raspberries.
I gotta say, it's one of those things that you remember about certain people.
I stayed away from raspberries, man.
Yeah.
And there was a few.
I don't know, he doesn't like it.
What?
Raspberries.
Gross.
Broken Symmetry, though.
Oh, Chris and Rach.
Now, listen. I might get a lot of crap for this. I'm going to say Laser Babes. Yeah. That Pilsner, 5.5%. That might have been the best beer at that whole.
Why would you get crap for that?
Yeah, well,
because that's the only one that guy was pouring.
Because the dude was pouring it.
I don't think so. I'm going to say this. I don't think Pink Boots is
that whole thing was so weird.
And I will say, I think they're still trying to figure out who they are with figuring out this fest. This is the second year they've ever had it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, there was more people this time than last time.
Yeah, Johnny and I were at the same one last year up at Back East. I think for the purpose of the intention, it's good to get people together for something like Pink Boots. I was gifted a membership this year, so it's been fun being able to go to these events for the Pink Boots girls in Connecticut and talk about the things that we experience, but also like talk recipes and talk shop and like do that other aspect of things because it's about fermentable beverages.
You know, that's fine.
Right.
But when I looked over at the table, there was still a lot of taster glasses.
That could mean two things.
What was that?
One, people bought tickets for the intention of donating but not coming. Or two, they overshot it hoping more people would. And I will say, I am disappointed that there wasn't more for this. I think that, last year we had it end of August, I think, and it was a Sunday. It was an odder time of the year to do it. But I think early June is also an odd time. You've got graduations and you've got other like events and things that are happening. You're making all these
excuses, but
I don't think it as much as an excuse. It's like self-discovery. They don't know what they're doing any more than anyone else.
Well, there were a lot of new faces. They had a lot of ladies with like half-shaved butch haircuts that were ready for a Brandy Carlisle concert.
I can appreciate that you wanted more from the women's representation on the brewing side. 100%.
Again, going with this whole Me Too thing. When this whole Me Too thing blew up,
doesn't have anything to do with Pink Boots, though.
Yeah, but you know what? It's this
Rat
whole
Magnet has to do with Pink Boots,
right.
But not so much Me Too.
But the whole women's lib in Connecticut. You know what? There weren't a lot of women there to represent. There were a lot of guys there.
A lot of dudes, definitely.
There was a lot of guys there.
Plenty of dudes.
And the best beer was being poured by a dude. So
the best guys should be backing up the best women.
Well, that's what we were there for.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why you went. That's what I was just
going to say.
That's why
well, we went there to promote ourselves. But anyway, the thing is...
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't think they got a fair shake on that festival.
They who?
The women of Pink Boots and just women in general.
Is it because you felt that there wasn't enough representation by women in the community of Connecticut craft beer?
Yeah. Everybody should have came out.
Absolutely.
Okay. That's what I wanted to hear that answer to that
Because
position.
you got a lot of women in Connecticut that are attached to these breweries that are shaking their fist. And the women that were there pouring, they were just pouring. They had an attachment to that brewery, but they didn't brew. So Pink Boots...
I'm gonna pause on that. Do you think maybe that they're not able to brew because maybe the people that are in charge of allowing them to don't let them to? Because they're not brewers? They're front of the house staff, or they're sales staff, or they're people who aren't part of the brew staff. I will say this. I worked in front of the house for a very long time.
Sure.
I've worked places where the front of the house is the front of the house and the back of the house is the back of the house, and they do not do that crossover. So
Then tell me what is Pink Boots?
Pink Boots is for the advocation and representation of women in the brewing and in the fermented beverage business and this industry.
Well, I
In
see on
whatever
Facebook
capacity.
there's all kinds of pictures of all these girls brewing beers at different breweries.
You're right. And I think that there are some people like myself who didn't get the opportunity to brew on a larger scale, not because we didn't want to, but because we were told that that's not what we do. And that also comes from another representation. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm just saying that as somebody who's brewed for Pink Boots and only Pink Boots, that's the only time I've sat foot in a brew house when I've asked for or wanted more to have that chance. But I do know there are plenty of breweries that do allow that. Like Labyrinth is huge on that. They allow
So is Great Falls.
So is Great Falls. So is Little House.
Yeah, shout out to Mel. Absolutely.
Albarium. There are places that do this with those groups. So I think for somebody like me who's been thirsty for that chance, that's what this is sort of meant to like showcase a little. It's like these people have had the opportunity, but there's still a lot of people that are part of this who haven't, and it's not because it's not their choice. It's because it's somebody else's choice because they signed the paychecks. And that kind of sucks a little bit. So it's just sort of bringing some awareness to that.
And I understand that.
You know, you're not, like I said, you're not wrong.
As,
it just
as
sucks
someone
on
going
the other
in,
side too.
thinking Pink Boots,
Yeah. Let's go, ladies.
Absolutely.
I agree.
More women in brewing, it would be fantastic.
And I think for influencer service, so I'll say it this way: for influencer service, this fest was underserved.
Absolutely.
By a community that gets a lot of followers and a lot of likes and a lot of free things and a lot of cushy, plush, delicious benefits that did not show up to represent for a underserved avenue of the community of craft beer.
Right.
Full stop. You're not wrong. I think that there is an entire world of people that make a lot of either money or get free shit that don't see it or understand it or speak to it. And listen, I'm calling it out. But you show up to something like this to say thank you to those people. That's what that's for. It's not just for the selfie. It's not just for the great reel. It's for the amazing opportunity to meet some people in a great setting for a good cause.
Hey, we're always all about meeting people because we're out there.
Yeah, we want to see everybody too. You know, like we always look forward. Hey, we're going to see this person, that person. And, hey,
exactly.
Hey, we're the only ones here this time. You know,
right?
Oh no, sorry. I Love Beer Music was there. He represented.
Oh, thank you, John.
Yeah,
absolutely.
He was there.
Oh yeah, what is his name?
Felix.
Thank you. I was like, I'm totally friends with him on Facebook too. I love him.
Yeah, so Felix, he does show up. He does show up. But when you look at all of these influencers in Connecticut alone,
sure, and there are a lot.
There are a bunch that claim they're influencers, and they don't show up.
And if it's not beer influencing, you're food influencing, but you're also part of that food and drink community. And like Steve knows, he blurs that line between the food and the beer worlds. You know, in terms of what I would want to see for that fest. I think that there is an opportunity for us to be able to bring in more, but I think part of them is figuring out the timing. You know, like the last year's fest's timing was a little funky. This year's fest's timing is a little funky. International Women's Month is March. Like when everybody's releasing Pink Boots at the end of March, that's when we should be doing this. Truly. I feel like it would give everybody the opportunity to brew a beer for an event to showcase it.
Yeah.
And if I could give anything back to Pink Boots Connecticut as being now officially part of that world, and somebody who's run a shitload of fests with great turnouts and amazing ticket sales, I will say that being able to marry the things that make sense will serve you better. So if I had an opportunity to be able to make a call, it would be the last weekend in March is the weekend that you do the Pink Boots fundraising fest every year, and everyone around you needs to know that so they stop to put everything else they're doing around that.
Exactly.
Now, the reason why you weren't there was because your boss was.
My boss was. I wanted him
So
to meet all my friends.
And you had to work. You had to work at the job. So we'll cut you some slack on that.
Thank you.
one.
Listen, I got asked by a lot of people and a lot of friends. They were like, "You're not going?" I was like, "Listen, I'm not going because I'm hated. I'm going because I want my boss to be able to have an opportunity for the first time. One of the first times we've been able to be at a big brew fest, represented."
Yeah,
and I
man.
wanted him to meet all my besties.
And we enjoyed everything he poured for us.
Thank you, Ray. Good job.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The whole thing was great.
It was a great time.
It was
It's
a great
amazing.
time.
I saw videos. It looks beautiful. So
But it was light. It was very
It
light.
needs to be better.
we can
Next
do better,
year,
Pink Boots.
come
We can-
out.
We can do better.
Support the Pink Boots. They give you free sunglasses. I wore them.
You looked great.
Thank you. I gotta pee.
Me too. All right. Hashtag me too.
More beer when we come back. Oh yeah.
Everybody's disapproval. Should have worshipped her soul.
Beer.
If the heavens ever
Keg Kettles is cracking something.
Crack-a-lackin'.
every Sunday's getting
More beer.
fresh full.
Das Beer.
That's what it said.
Born sick, heard him say it.
It's like the Tribus beer is named BR.
Peter.
A Das Bier.
So we're going full German right here right now.
It has the German flag on the can.
This is from Colorado, right?
Thank you, sir.
Colorado, yeah.
For his next on his field trip. I'm so jealous. The pictures you had were beautiful.
Thank you.
From everybody that I have that has sent me pictures or I've seen pictures from Colorado, just being able to be in a world where there's like a background of mountains that look like that. all the time.
Kettles.
Again, that's a nice clean beer.
Das Bier.
This is a Das Beer. It's a clean German Helles-style lager, aged on toasted American oak, subtle malt sweetness, and vanilla oak tannins. Tannins again.
So
We've had a lot of tannins.
I want to discuss tannins, right? So like tannins is like a weird lie that I didn't know was a lie, but it's not a lie, but it's real. So I thought tannins were like totally different than what they are. Can I just say that?
What do you think they were?
So I didn't know that you could just add tannins to shit. Did you know that? Like you get powdered tannins and like throw tannins in something to make it
I
more
didn't know
tannic.
that.
Right?
I just know it's that floaty shit in wine
It
that
can-
I'm allergic to, by the way.
You're
Well-
allergic to tannins.
Absolutely.
Well, some people are allergic to tannins and some people are allergic to sulfites.
that
So
too.
Those are
But
two
the
weird
tannins,
ones.
yeah, the tannins are no good.
Can't have bee stings either.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't?
No,
I'm
no.
sorry.
I'm a party pooper.
It's
Fucking
okay.
bees.
I carry an EpiPen.
Fucking bees, man.
Fucking
You
bees.
can't say fuck the bees.
No, bees are good because they
they're
make
good.
honey.
That's right.
And honey makes mead.
Oh, good.
Dude, that's our next
Cheers to
venture
mead.
right there.
We're gonna make some mead.
I got to find a pound of honey, raw honey, and or a pound or a gallon, whatever the two come first. We have all the brewing accessories to do it.
You want to make a mead?
Absolutely.
Steve, you down for some mead?
I've never had mead, so
Oh, mead is
We
like.
need to take a field trip to Bergenhaus.
I know Burger
right,
House
so-
is on the docket someday.
So I think what we're going to do is a blueberry honey mead.
That would be delicious.
Yeah.
Ray and I have
That's
been
our
talking
first.
because our permit allows us to make wine, cider, and mead.
Oh, perfect.
But he wants to make a barley wine, but
That's a lot
barley
of-
wine is beer.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't technically make a barley wine, but I can make a mead. I was like, but like, it has wine in the name.
At what point
Can't
is
you
he just gonna
make
like
it?
jump the bandwagon and make some beer?
He can't.
No, he can't.
It's a licensure, bro.
Oh,
It's not him. Connecticut's got the weirdest liquor laws in some of the whole entire like contiguous 48 or whatever the word is.
Continuous.
Whatever.
Yeah, let's see. Freaking
Contiguous
shitty politicians.
sublimation.
Anyway. Again with these freaking words.
I don't know. I said contiguous. I'm trying
My
to figure it out.
goodness. All right, so I'm going in for a sip.
It smells really. It gives a really perceptive sweetness, like a corn sweet.
very clean, very.
That's an all-day sipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That mid palate flavor is interesting. So like, I enjoy a Hellas, and listen, it's weird, right? So like the whole world, we've talked about this for years now, is that they're finally like Lagerland is back, right? So it's always funny to me when like the youngins are like, "Oh, it's my first time having a lager." I was like, "Get the hell out of here! We grew up with the shittiest lagers on the face of the fucking earth, you know."
Come
and
on,
it's
PBR
like,
is great.
right? Well, right. Like we grew up with kegs of Natty Ice and like
Peels,
Jenny
man, peels.
Hey, listen.
and Jenny.
If that's all you can afford, it's not about the taste. It's all
My
about
co-
what it does to you.
My college was different than the people who had fucking good beer in a keg for college. Okay. Right?
How about the party balls?
Oh, the party ball.
Party balls?
That was before your time. I guess we're a little old.
You just got extra. Well, can you please describe said party balls?
Party balls, and it probably was Bud
It was
Light.
like a very large beach ball.
Yeah.
And
Filled
it had
with.
filled
Beer,
with
man, beer.
filled with beer, and it had a tap. And
That
it's
was
one-
Budweiser, though, right? Yeah, not everybody had it.
I don't know what was in it. All I know is they were like in different colors. One was like pink and one purple
What
and
did you
yellow.
drink them like nitrous balloons?
No, you were able to like
No, it was like
hide it like in your closet.
It was like a quarter of a keg.
It was like the size of a beach ball. It was this big party ball.
Squirt it out
No, you had a tap.
No, you had a tap.
on the ball?
On the ball.
Absolutely.
Tap on the ball.
Made of vinyl.
Well, I got to tell you, one time,
goodness.
this is back in high school, because
What kind
everybody,
of balls are these?
everybody loves hearing high school stories on podcasts, but we did take a beer ball back into the woods back in the day for our skip day, and the police showed up and made us put a hole in our beer ball.
Oh, it's a
It
disappointment.
was very disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh, see, we just stole kegs.
But and that's why I was like, I don't know, like
It'd be like,
Beer
oh, this keg didn't
balls.
get finished, but it got written off that it did, so it would make its way into the woods.
Nothing hurt more than seeing that delicious beer pour out of that
Yeah,
ball all over the
yeah.
grass while the police was breaking our balls.
sorry about your balls.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like the Lagerland life is coming back, right? So I can't tell you how many people are like, I just want a lager. And I was like, well, what kind of lager? Because like a Helles is a kind of lager, a Vienna is a kind of lager, a Pilsner is a
Mexican.
kind of lager, Cerveza, Mexican lager. There's so many different
Which is very close
kinds.
to a Vienna in flavor.
It depends. Vienna's maltier, it's browner. You know, and it's more
Is
of
it
like
made of corn too? That's the thing.
What do you think about like putting a lime in this or something like that? Or
Dude, I think a lime in this would be
lime would be really
freaking great.
yeah, because it has that vanilla. Like they did say it has vanilla notes. It absolutely
Right.
has that. It absolutely has that.
oh, that's good.
Oh, I'll always take more. Do you want more?
No.
This
Why? It's not
is-
good enough for you?
Hooker's getting tired, man.
Like somebody has to be a driver.
Yeah, someone's gonna drive.
Designated.
Oh, it definitely. So I'm not used to Hellas having so much flavor. Like this has a long finish for something that's meant to just be like a clean drinker that you're just supposed to sip and like that's what it is. This is a long drinking Hellas.
Nice.
I like the Hellas from Nebco's Hellas is one of my favorites. Little House's Hellas is also one of my favorites.
I'm going in for more.
I'm definitely a fan of the Great Falls Hellas. That's a good one.
I've never had it. I saw
And that's something we had yesterday, and it was delicious.
I saw Jonas posting about it, and everybody was like oohing and eyeing, and I'm a little jealous. It's on my list. I'm jealous of your Hellas.
Yeah,
I
Mel
wanted
even
that.
kicked us a can yesterday.
Yes, thank you, Mel.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
We crushed that sucker.
Hey. It's delicious. It's an easy drinking classic Hellas with some of
They're
those
just smooth.
vanilla notes.
So shout out to Chad. He is the brewer at
Chad.
Wild Blue Yonder Brewing Company in Castle Rock, Colorado.
Colorado.
Nice guy too. We were chatting for a while about beer and stuff
Thanks,
like that.
Chad.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I still want to go back to tannins, and I'd be curious to ask Chad why he chose to use the word tannins. Because tannin, again, in Wineland, which I'm new here, the Wineverse says that, like, tannins are something that you add to add, like, longevity to the drink, right? So, like, tannins will be something that either is upfront quick or will be something that coats your mouth or something that coats the back of your palate. Different tannins do different things. And I didn't know that tannins weren't something that were just organically in something. I didn't know you could make something more tannic. Did you know that?
Mind blown.
Right.
I don't know where we can go from this.
My only issue with
drink
this
more
is
beer.
it's so crisp and so clean compared to like all these different crazy flavors that we have. This is kind of going down like a Poland spring water to
It's
me.
good.
It really
it's really
is.
nice.
But it's so different than something we have here. Like, there's no Hellas like this here.
Wow, this is really good. Yeah.
There isn't anything like
See,
this
that's
here.
the thing. A few other friends chimed in on stuff that I had posted, and they're like, "Oh, did you try here, try there?" And I'm like, "No, when it comes to
hit
like,
them all.
I found my happy places.
when you think of like Connecticut having over 120 breweries, when you look at Colorado, I mean, I guess maybe about the same size as Connecticut.
Oh, no
maybe a
way.
little bit
It's
bigger?
definitely bigger.
Really?
There's a giant mountain range in the middle, so it's
Yeah,
different.
I mean, I
There's
understand
a whole bunch
that.
of land you can't live on.
But it's scattered throughout Colorado. It's not like, I mean, driving here, we can drive one eye open and fucking, make our way around.
That's true.
But around there, they're like in little clusters.
Why is this beer getting better every time I sip it? That's why I started off, I was like, it just tastes like a regular beer, but now I'm like, it's good stuff.
It's the tannins.
It's the tannins.
It really does. It lingers, and it makes you want more. So I'll say this. I think, and I would be curious to ask Chad, if they salted this a little, there's a little bit of that sodium chloride that you can add, or calcium chloride that you can add to beer. Like Gozas are a little saltier, what makes you want to drink more. I'd be curious if they added some salts to this.
Oh, if so, my blood pressure's going to be off the chain.
Well, dude, it's not like that.
You got the pills for that.
But it's salt in the way that like it's like why you would eat a pretzel and make yourself want to drink more beer. Like it makes the palate thirstier. So I'm curious if they added anything that has a salt compound. Chad, if you're listening, I'm asking. Please report back.
Well, let me see. Nicely balanced with crisp, herbal, noble hops.
Nobles, okay. So it's all the Yarmad hops, yeah. Hirschishmimers.
But you definitely get the malt coming through. Really nice.
But it's not like a malt that makes you be like, this isn't made right.
No, but the smell. It smells really good.
It smells amazing. Like I said, it smells like true corn, and like usually Hellas around Connecticut, it's very corny because corn is sweet.
Well, the thing too, this compared to the Hellas from Great Falls, way different. This is you get different flavors that come through. You get that vanilla that comes through on this
Vanilla
one
for sure.
compared to the Hellas. But see, I mean, either way, the Hellas is good.
It's damn good.
I'm curious too if the vanilla is an addition or the vanilla is part of like the malt blend. Like if they added like a malt that has vanilla notes, or if it's like, oh, we like spiked it with vanilla extract. Like I have so many questions because this is a Hellas that is superbly unique in characteristics.
Very good.
From these types of lagers.
It's hard to
Connecticut.
stop drinking.
I know.
It's like
I've seen you fill that cup a couple times. It's a small cup, but it is mighty. She is small, but she is mighty.
yeah.
That's
You good?
delicious.
I'm good.
It's good.
This is just going down smooth.
All right, no more cannonballs.
Throw it back.
No, I know you got something else
finish
for us to
this
try from Apple.
I
Theory,
do.
right?
Well, this one's a Valor one, and this is the wine fusion. So, wine fusions, to me, it is one of the big reasons why I made a decision to leave the beer world and go into the wine verse, because I truly feel that the wine fusion, at least here from Valor for what we're doing, can change the game in terms of sippable, crushable, but also potent beverages. Like this is what I would say is like a boat drink or like a party drink, or you can sangria it, or you can drink it by itself. But like this is the sort of thing I would want in a 12-ounce can in the world that like Botabox took and innovated and made it convenient to drink wine wherever you are, whenever you're there, versus Woodbridge that puts them in like extra large nip size glasses or plastics.
You said nip.
I'll say it again. The Boda box does it in the cardboard, which makes it feel like a juice box. The Wine Fusion, this is going to be like what High Noon did to seltzers. What wine's
those
about
little
to do.
boxes. Yeah, it's got like 3 glasses in it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I do think that this is like taking a cocktail sort of recipe with wine and making it deliver. Because this, and when I tell you it's 11%, you're going to laugh at me and say there's no fucking way. Which is terrifying and also delicious. So the Wine Fusion that we have here is what we call the Attack of the Pineapples. It's a pineapple wine fusion. It's infused with angelica root, wild cherry bark, and I believe nutmeg. And it cuts the pineapple, which is very potent flavor for anything. Either you love pineapple or you don't, or it's too much or it's not.
I like pineapple.
Yeah, and I'm curious, like, what's everybody's feelings? Like, sometimes pineapple people are not pineapple people.
I will put it on pizza.
Oh.
I love pineapple on pizza.
I love it on pizza.
Shame on you both.
I love it, man. Yeah.
So good.
So we have two on two?
That is not.
Would you consider that liberal pizza?
That's some douchebaggery right there, man.
You're so stupid.
And how about some ham? Would you like some ham with that pineapple?
No, but bacon. Bacon and the pineapple.
Bacon.
They're salty and sweet together. Oh,
Yeah.
good shit.
No way.
Such good shit, Keg Kettles.
No
So
way.
good.
Have you tried pineapple pizza or no?
I don't know part of that.
Yeah, see, you have to try it.
I'm not trying it.
Yeah.
So
No, I've
That's
had,
sacrilegious right there. Come on now.
Sacre bleu.
no, the bacon
Oh, yeah,
balances it out, and
We have to have some bet where if you lose, you eat the pineapple pizza, and then you pick my punishment if I lose.
What your shitty pizza is going to be?
All right.
All right, well, you think about it. We'll think about it in
All
the
right.
next episode. We'll
All
figure it
right.
out.
You'll figure it out.
Some bet, whatever.
I'll
it is.
ask Jimmy. He'll make whatever I want for you at Bad
That sounds
Sense,
nice.
and we'll have the standoff. So this is a Cayuga based white wine with those flavors infused into it. And you guys were at the fest yesterday. Ray was there.
Yeah.
You had the watermelon Valor patch.
So good. That was so good.
And that's the same sort of thing. Is taking those cool new pieces of the science that he knows and building it into the wine industry, which is very much traditional. It is not normal to do weird shit to wine. And I said it at Sours, he's disrupting some of what we think we know and making it something else. So like the angelica root and that wild cherry bark, they cut the pineapple a little from being so citrus and then mellow it out pretty fast. So you guys had the watermelon one at the fest, which is based off the watermelon Sour Patch Kids.
Which is good.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure about this.
It's again, I think pineapple plays differently with white wine. In my opinion, this isn't my favorite of the wine fusions that we've done, but for the summer, it's been an easy drinker for the person who doesn't want white wine but doesn't want cider and is trying to figure out where on the palate they're sitting.
There's something there I just can't put my finger on.
I like it. It's it reminds me just like drinking the juice out of the Dole can, right?
Yeah.
the pineapple.
No, I'm not getting that at all.
No? No?
You know when you drink the fruit cup?
Oh,
Like
do you mean
the gelatinous fruit cup that has like the maraschino red cherries and the pineapples and like the weird pears and shit?
Yeah,
it
not even
tastes
there yet.
like that.
Or the gooseberries?
Gooseberries.
That would be Dole.
Dole. Oh.
Dole.
Shut
Is that how
up.
you say
No,
it
it's
now?
not.
Is that like what Valor?
Velour.
Valor wine?
Like my
is that-
juicy tracksuit. To tailor back to the fusions, I do think that Ray is doing some cool, weird things with wine, right? And we're always doing different things. We just made a pomegranate. It's called Pomegranate Clouds, which is one of the ciders you guys had yesterday.
that was good.
Pomegranate, coconut milk, elderflower, and also nutmeg. And that's a cider. So, like, he wants to try to play with the way that science is actually allowing him to play. So
I was like, where are you going?
I dropped my hair clip, and I'm trying to figure it out. It's clear.
Don't hit your head, please. Don't hit your head.
Steve, you got a hair clip? Or
I got it. I know. So that being said, like, I think what excites me is that he hasn't made wine money, right? He's not coming from millions of dollars of wine. He's not trying to. Let's go. That is a photo of this episode, if there ever was one.
I just happened to look over. I was like,
now you
oh.
have to describe to the listener what happened.
I was like, I hope
He
no
just
one.
throated that bottle.
He throated it.
I thrown in the bottle. I did.
Johnny gave his classic look and went bottoms up.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of throats, well done, sir. So I will say, first of all, impressive. Because it's fucking wine, you weirdo.
That's wine?
That's wine.
It's good, though.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, how can we put a Manscaped ad into this?
Well,
Not happening.
I will
right
tell you, I have used my crop preserver ball deodorant, and I have not had a leg hugger in weeks.
now. Really?
Yes.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
That's a good product right there, man.
Right there. Because a leg hugger, you have to do that walk and stretch and peel.
Oh, yeah, you got to
You
stretch
do that
and peel,
weird
man.
step out. And
Yeah, you do that funky walk.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
You're like Sammy Davis Jr.
people-
walking around. You know?
My eye, man, my eye,
boing.
You do a little shake. I've seen it. Pull and
And
shake.
what?
The pull and shake.
That's it. Yeah. Rip and peel, whatever you call it.
I'm just saying what the ladies see is you guys grab your jeans and shimmy.
But listen, if you go to Manscaped
Yeah, go to Manscaped.
and use Beerman Beer as your promo code, you get
20%
20% off and free shipping.
Free shipping, right? And who wants to pay for shipping? Not I.
Not me. And I'll tell you this, I got a lot of good products from there, man.
Absolutely,
And Father's Day is
absolutely.
coming up. I do know there's a man in your life who wants that Manscaped business. And if you're a lady, do it for dad.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what?
And do it
I
for the
wanna
lady.
Shout out to our super
Say
fan.
daddy.
We have a super fan, Fig Newton, who actually bought the Manscaped stuff and is using it on her lady parts and says it's working great.
I was curious if you do have a feminine client.
Ain't that something?
That's it.
So that would be Womanscaped.
It
Sure.
just means there's sage and sandalwood. It's just means there's less lavender.
Hey,
Why not tobacco and...
it'll trim the hedges. It'll take care of all the old extra shrubbery that you have,
man. It's good stuff.
and that the light, the LGT light. Did I say that right?
LED.
LED.
The 4000K LED
I
light.
get confused. All I hear about is LGBTQ and all.
I
that
will.
Pride Month. You don't know your alphabet the well
Listen.
you should be.
That is called the Alphabet Mafia.
Yeah.
Dude,
So-
Meg said that the other day and I lied. I laughed so hard.
So anyway, that light is a game changer, man.
Did you say Meg? Meg from back
Stoney.
east? Or
Oh, yeah,
Stoney.
back east.
Back east.
She was
yes.
at Stoney. She's at back east
We
now.
saw Meg.
Meg Riel. She's
And
great.
she had a Fruity Pebble beer.
She makes
It
me
was
fucking laugh
awesome.
my ass off. That
Awesome. She
woman.
was great. She was a blast, and I enjoyed the Fruity Pebble beer. And she had her Pearl Jam flannel on, and
Fuck
she was
yeah.
rocking like Dockin.
That's my girl. Way to go, Maggie. Hey, bae. Alphabet Mafia Queen. Let's go.
At some point, I suppose we should go over all of our beers and decide what is solid and not solid.
I don't think we had a not solid beer.
No, and some of our beers were wines.
Not a beer at all.
Our beers transitioned.
That's it.
Welcome to Pride Month.
Speaking of that, Transformers the movie is coming out next week.
It is. It is. The beast mode one.
Is
right?
Marky Mark in it?
I don't think so.
He's done.
no, he's done. I
He
think
is
it's, I think it's John Cena.
John Cena was in
The last,
Fast and the Furious, right?
and he was in
No,
Bumblebee.
he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
the fuck
he's
up.
somehow
Every wrestler or super action hero. I'm sure Bruce Willis somehow in his current stage ended up being in the next Fast and Furious.
Hold on, Bruce Willis?
I'm saying it's every
no,
action
no,
hero
no,
that
no.
ever
No, no,
was.
no, anymore.
You're not seeing Bruce Willis
No,
in
no, no.
anything.
I
You're
know
not seeing
that.
him
I'm
ever
just
again.
you gotta
saying.
enjoy the memories.
Yeah.
But John Cena and Daddy's Home? That dude was funny.
AI is gonna make everybody available for everyone very soon.
You know what's funny when you think about AI? When you see it on the gram, you have like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
With the Whitney, because I saw that and I was like
With
alarmed.
but his face is on everything.
Yep.
Say like his face is on like Paul Rudd.
The deep
Or-
fake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh my goodness.
We get
That
an
is
AI beer,
absolute-
beer.
Oh, I don't know.
We
Could
can.
that-
So basically, we don't have to have work anymore. We can just
AI.
have like an AI, me and you, and then
Maybe.
just drinks beer and
Let's do it.
James Earl Jones's voice is categorized forever as Darth Vader.
Is he alive?
No,
He's dead?
No, he's alive.
no, he's not.
Bullshit. Let's look this up.
Bullshit. Look it up.
We
So
got to put
I-
our phones
I
out of
know.
airplane mode.
But I will. But I will tell you
No,
right
she's
now.
going to cry. She's going to cry.
Not for James Earl Jones.
James Earl
No,
Jones is
but
alive.
the fact that her phone is on airplane mode.
I've been
she's
living
gonna
just
cry.
fine. But he is not alive. But the whole point is that like people
really
like
don't.
Val.
Well, we're going deep, man.
But like Val Kilmer, like we were just saying the other
excuse
day,
me for a
we're
moment.
reaching
Val Kilmer?
right. But we're reaching the age where you can start to be
Talk
able
about sad about
to create.
Val Kilmer.
Dude, his documentary was incredible. If you didn't watch it,
I
you
saw
should
it.
watch it.
I watched it. I watched
is
it.
wonderful. It's wonderful. It's sad, but it's wonderful because he's still mentally there, and you could feel that in his eyes.
I want to say his best performance was in Tombstone.
He stole the show in Tombstone.
What
We love that
an-
movie.
I am. If there's a movie that's like my most favorite movie, Tombstone.
If it's on anytime,
Yep,
it's
I
just
will
on.
watch it.
Yeah, I'll
Doesn't
start
matter
it
where
at
you
any
start
point
it.
in the movie, and
Doesn't
I'll watch
matter.
it.
Yep, absolutely. What was the other movie? The Saint.
The Saint.
Yeah, that was another good movie too. Yeah, you know what he did, and what he's gone through.
But he's
it's
still
sad.
pleasant. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like there's still
Yeah, but
joy
you know what?
in that man.
But there was an arrogance in that man, and
Karma sent some things in a direction, and you're not wrong. Sometimes weird things do
well, I
weird
guess if
things.
you believe in
I
karma.
did the I searched the
what's,
Goog.
what's karma?
I don't know. Like
No one knows what karma is.
sometimes arrogance serves you.
Let me just, for the record,
Okay.
James Earl Jones, 92 years old, still alive.
Shut the fuck up. No, he is not.
Swear to God.
Wow, why are you so harsh on a guy like that?
Yeah.
I searched
Why are you rooting for him to be
Goog.
dead?
He is
I
our childhood.
Yeah.
Come on.
I searched the Goog.
Yeah, but he ain't Darth Vader no more. I'm just saying. My apologies, Mr. Earl Jones.
That's it.
There you go.
Let's get him on the show.
But that said, I will say there's a lot of time. Like we've been talking about it. Like if you're able to like get royalties off of music, eventually people are going to be buying royalties off their voices or their likeness, right? That's going to end up being a governmental thing.
Someday people want to buy my royalties from my voice.
Absolutely. Someone's
See?
going to buy Keg Kettles royalties for standing on a
That's true.
soapbox and tearing up the ladies of Connecticut for not showing up to the Pink Boot Society Beer Fest. And, it will definitely be worth some dough.
It just means we're
Wow,
going to
you
be
went
better.
deep on that one, didn't you?
I don't know. I do think that Keg could also run a delightful after-hours radio show. Come on, Keg.
What do you think we can?
It's like a John
think?
Tesh radio.
That's okay. John Tesh also has the other evening. If it's not
Yeah, you know
Delilah,
what?
it's John Tesh.
I'm not really big into John Tesh.
Yeah, but like, listen to you right now.
nobody's
You-
big
you're
into
like,
Listen to you and Lauren right now. You're like,
are you
Phil
feeling?
Collins is coming in the air
Stop
tonight.
talking about that word. But you could truly, it's like, hey, caller.
So do I really sound like Seth Rogen?
Sometimes
Sometimes.
Do I really sound like Kermit the Frog?
Absolutely.
Kermit the Frog here.
You.
I like the idea of like in Practical Joker's way, we have some like bet where you have to eat pineapple pizza.
Fuck you.
But you got to think
Oh,
of one,
no.
think
Oh,
of
no.
one for me. I don't want it to be you have to eat pineapple pizza and I have to
Why
suck
are
a dick
you
or
so
something
stuck
like
on
that.
the pizza? we
That
were
was not fair.
we were way off pizza. Like where did this
No, I like the idea.
Are you with me?
I like the idea of Keg having to eat pineapple pizza.
so bad.
Why would I make you suck a dick?
You know what? Hold on. It's a disadvantage. No, I know you would.
Hold on. Let's circle back. Circle back.
I'm just
Come
saying
on.
it should be an even. It should be an even.
How is pineapple pizza and sucking dick even?
You got so mad about pizza all of a sudden. Is that what my pineapple wine just did to you?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
god, you're so angry.
Pineapple wine.
I love it, man. It's like drinking the Dole can right here. Dole
Oh
egg.
my god. You eat that fucking pizza, Jay, or he's gonna lose his shit. All right.
I am not fucking eating that
What
pizza.
do I got to eat? What do I got? I'll eat anything anyway.
I will not tell you eat a dick.
Okay. It has to be a versus match, but you need to choose what your
Fuck, I
versus
gotta
thing that
pee.
you lose for.
What we gotta do?
I gotta pee.
It's gotta be a drinking. It's gotta be a drinking challenge, right? You always beat me at everything.
Like a chug challenge?
But like, you know what it is? You know what it is? Let me tell you something. I'll tell you right.
Dude, his truth serum is wine. You just figured it out right now.
Always drink 2-1 beers for me. I think I need to catch up. I need to bring. I need to like.
I gotta pee.
Drink more pineapple wine because you'll
I need
catch
to
up
be-
to Jay real fast.
This has to be Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. I have to show up and
He's all
drink-
Lundgren right now.
be like, all right, hang on.
I'm sorry.
I gotta let JP.
I know, but do we? Because that is fucking electric.
Hey, John.
You are so
Trying to look
mad.
for songs.
Hey, John.
Huh?
Let me just tell you this.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
And Hooker's like, get me the fuck out of here.
We're laughing. That is so fucking
But I'm going to
funny.
tell you this right now.
I can't even.
Now, when we first started out for this episode,
Yep.
it was clear that we were going to go an hour.
Yeah.
We were going to go,
What do we have,
okay,
a fucking 2 weeks?
We got to hold Lauren back
Yeah.
and just stick it to an hour, and that's it. We're
okay.
at now an hour and 45.
Yeah,
This is gonna be fun to edit.
I don't know if we have to edit.
You
But-
just
but
drop it.
But the thing is,
Send it.
you know,
Yeah, we just drank the beer for
we
it.
completely let ourselves go.
We did. We have, and that's what we do.
But I really gotta pee.
Go pee so we can have a solid, not solid.
Thanks for letting us take our shirts off here, John.
No, we don't need shirts.
Whoa. Where'd that come from?
From Peasy, if I'm reading it right.
I gotta
Cheesy.
pee.
Otherwise, you probably know me as Middletown. So get high rapper, get high rapper, get high rapper, get high rapper, get high rapper. Otherwise, you probably know me as Middletown. So get high rapper, get high
Go pee, Jay. Go pee. Your head's gonna explode.
I got a cup right here.
Woo!
Did we finish the maple? We can.
We'll be back.
You may have heard of me. I got a reputation. I smoke a lot of weed. That shit's my motivation. Fuck what they saying.
I was like, okay, Luda.
Yeah. All right, we had a total blast here
Oh my
with
God.
Lauren and Hooker.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
I love you guys. I will be on every podcast every week if it means I get to hang out in your house.
Oh my
Thank you.
God.
Oh, there's a competition between you and Breezy.
Breezy and I are Wonder Twins. Did you know that?
Breezy.
Like, Breezy and I have made a concession that I'm pretty sure like we're like sisters from another mister.
They're both blonde chicks.
Can I tell you this
love
also?
her.
The Heavy Drinking Podcast,
R.I.P. There are no more.
their
gone.
little sign hanging up is gone.
Did they stop by and get it, or?
I don't know.
I don't ask questions.
But their
about
tacker
Fight
is
Club.
gone.
Yeah, because Mark decided to put up the
Oh, I saw
The
the shirts
jerseys.
up there.
The
Jerseys,
jerseys.
yeah.
Man, get
Yeah.
yourself a Bad Sons jersey. Head down there and.
Those are cool jerseys, though.
yeah, they have the hockey jersey and the softball jersey. Our staff there has a softball
Look at
league
her.
in Shelton.
Our staff.
They're always
She's
mine.
not. She's not even there.
I know.
We're a mafia. It's our. I'm an hour. Okay.
Speaking of, about an hour ago, we had this wine. And I'm drinking a little bit of more. I'm having a little more right now, and it's pretty damn tasty. Let's talk about what we had here, and is it solid or not solid?
So this is the Valor Super Tuscan red wine. Solid. not
Da,
solid.
da, da.
Such good shit, pal.
Super Tuscan.
Good. You can taste the wood. It's dry. It's very
Very tanniny.
Very tannic.
yes, yeah, very good.
Very tannic.
It has a
stuff
lot
for
of
red
good
wine.
dark
Pinkies up.
florals. I say it all the time. It's like that tobacco, leafy type of delicious dark red wine. And if you're
Tobacco.
a Connecticut red wine drinker, you know most of those red grapes are sweet in Connecticut. So come down to Valor.
Too sweet.
We're importing some amazing red grapes, and that allows us the ability to make you some amazing deep red wines. So come on in.
What do we have after that? That was
105. 105 is after that.
Was the send it.
West.
Your greatest IPA of all time.
that was it.
Listen, I personally think that is probably the best IPA.
Send it.
And I'm not talking about hazies. I'm not talking about all this other nonsense when it comes to IPAs. That is a very solid IPA.
Very good. Very good.
105 West out of Castle Rock, Colorado. Prove me wrong. That's it.
I will say, and Steve, I think would agree, is that this is an IPA that sings to an old school type of recipe, but it brings such good balance to a flavor tone that I wouldn't ask for.
See,
Grapefruit
I said
is
balance.
that. You are right.
Yeah, balance, man.
And
it's all about the balance.
But balance to people doesn't necessarily mean something unless you can go, okay, balanced how? Grapefruit.
Delilah.
Delilah.
Oh, yeah.
So again, a shout out to Kat.
And Delilah. But yes, Kat, thank you. This was a great recommendation, and we're so happy to have you in New England. This was delicious. Thank you so much.
And she was so happy that we were able to share it. All right,
What
so
do we have next?
we had some
After
wine.
that, it was the cider
cider.
a la mode.
Cider a la mode.
Cider.
It was like a
Cider
nice
a la mode.
November after Thanksgiving dessert.
It was
beverage.
a dessert cider.
Tasty. Good stuff.
That was good. It was solid.
Yeah.
Very solid.
You had the nice
It's the
vanilla coming
sweet
through.
tooth.
Yeah.
The sweet tooth person, that's a good cider for you. If you're the pumpkin spice cider queen, like, come on through. It's for you. You know you wanna.
All right, now the Das beer.
Das Bier. Yeah.
From Wild Blue Yonder Brewing Company, again in Castle Rock, Colorado.
I just don't know how to say it angrier
Das-
because it's German. You know, you're supposed to say Das Bier.
This was a Hella style lager, and again, that was solid.
Is it? Oh, Dolph Lundgren action there, right?
Solid all
Das
around.
Bier und Jungen get to the supper.
I will break you.
So,
4.7 get to the
4.7
supper.
ABV.
Yo, this was a beer that, like, when we started, I was like, it just tastes plain compared to what else we
Lager,
drank.
lager.
And I'm like, let me have a little more. And then I ended up killing the whole can. I think. It was-
Yeah, no, that's a crusher. You can.
It's a crusher, absolutely.
The Crusher, the Masked Terror.
It was good stuff.
The Grasselbrei.
So shout out to Chad.
Yeah, it is.
Chad, I have so many more questions for you. I'm going to find you on Instagram because
Let's find
I need to
Chad.
ask some more questions about
You know,
one,
he was a
your
cool
oak
cat.
and your tannins, Chadwick.
He was
Chadrigal.
Oh boy,
Chadwick. I want to know. Are you
he was a really
Chad?
cool guy. What?
I want to know if he's a Chadwick
Why can't you just go with Chad?
How bizarre. How
because
bizarre.
Chad is never so brief.
And we're not talking about like a hanging Chad.
No, but like, you know, Dan's or Daniels. I want to know if Chad is a Chadwick.
Oh boy.
It's
All right,
Colorado.
what else we got? All right, come on, we got to kill this thing.
Pineapple.
Pineapple. Oh,
Attack is a pineapple.
it's good.
I know. Johnny B is a huge fan of the pineapple.
I licked the bottle clean.
Listen,
It's not that it's not solid. I would say it's. I love it here.
oh my goodness.
Johnny B is a solid on solid, I think.
Very solid. Very solid. Solid pineapple right there.
I saw his tongue go in the hole.
I did too.
Oh, he was tonguing that bottle.
That's right. There's some action.
Oh,
that bottle
yeah.
got action.
Oh yeah,
Action Jackson.
I think I saw that bottle sweat.
I could hear it from here. But I will say, when it comes to the pizza argument, you guys need to figure that out on the pineapple game.
No, I think Keg needs to try a slice of pineapple pizza.
But
he
your
might
tongue.
like it. Hey, Keg.
And,
What's the bet? What's
and,
the bet?
And
I don't know,
Metcalf's.
he's got to find a punishment for me. I don't know.
Hold on, I'll find one. So, and it's not sucking.
I ain't smoking no pole.
I would never do that.
You can't.
So Metcalf's Vermont Maple Liqueur. That was a dynamite cannonball.
Very good cannonball.
very
It's been a
good.
while
And I-
since we cannonballed that.
and
Yeah.
I killed the entire bottle. So.
That bottle, it like was sweet, then hit, and then sung right away with some sweetness. That was like that was a secret solid.
All right.
Oh my
Lauren, where can we find you? How do we find your beers
Amazing.
and wines and ciders?
So I love this so much. So first of all, please go visit Bad Sons. Please go visit the old school the beer family at Bad Sons.
This is now approaching 2 hours.
Can you know who was there at Bad Sons? I want to tell you like a
Oh.
man to make you understand, Amanda.
So yes, go visit Bad Sons. Go see the beer fam at Bad Sons. I will tell you they miss you, and I appreciate you all if you are listening and have known me from that world. Secondarily, if you want to hang out with Valor and Apple Theory, we're in North Haven. We're on Quinnipiac Avenue, 118 Quinnipiac Ave.
The good section.
It's true, right around the corner from 12%. If you're on your way to 12%, do
couldn't
yourself
imagine a bad
a
section in
favor.
North Haven.
Do yourself a favor. Get to Valor. Get
At
to
least it's
Apple
not
Theory.
East Haven.
So we have a couple cool things coming up. We have our wine and cheese pairing on June 22nd. We have best trivia ever for the first time. We have a 90s trivia night. So come through. We have a food truck. EP local. Kevin,
Laura doing
my
it?
boy. Yes, she is.
Oh.
Yes, she is. Ken was like, "Do you want Laura?" I was like, "That's a dumb question." So yes, Laura is coming through. She's doing my amazing first trivia night at Valor, and I couldn't be more thankful. I'm grateful for the network we have. So thank you guys for
I
having
heard you
us
might have
for
a
me.
comedy show coming up too. Right?
Yeah, some like guy I know might be
A
trying
shameless
to do
plug.
some cool ass shit.
It wouldn't be a filthy comedy show, but it'd definitely be
It
an
might be-
extreme comedy show.
It might be extreme indeed.
All right, Lauren.
Hooker, we love you guys.
We love you. Thank
Love
you.
too. Thank you.
You guys are fam forever and ever.
Hold on,
amen.
Hooker's here?
Yeah.
In spirit.
Oh yeah, at beer loving hooker on Instagram. If you want to like live up some good shit on the influencer lives,
Shameless plug.
let's do it. We also have amazing
Poor
dogs.
Hooker. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got dogs with crazy eyes.
It's true. At beer loving hooker is also at Brooklyn's Bruniverse's dad. For everybody who said, "Oh, you're Brooklyn's dad," his name is Steve.
All right, kill this thing quick.
All right. Thank you guys. We
Thank
love
you.
you all. It's Beer Man Beer. We'll see you next time.
She makes me know that she's mine. And when she kisses, I feel the fire get hot. She never misses. She gives it all that she's got. And when she asks me if everything is okay, I got my answer. The only thing I can say.
I say yeah.
That's what I say.
I say yeah.
And that's what I say.
I say yeah.
Woo!
Melody and turn the lights down low so that none can see. We gotta do that. We
That
gotta
man's
do
got
that.
some hair.
We gotta do that. We gotta do that.
Yeah.
And there'll be no one else alive in all the world except you and me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I never knew such a thing.